Greetings, Bronies and Pegasisters. I am Baybrony, and welcome for the first time to my YouTube channel. Now, for my first video, I wanted to do something special, so I'm going to kick off my plot hole series, where I will be identifying and breaking down the various plot holes in the MLP universe. This first plot hole I actually found quite by accident while I was planning on doing a review for Ponyville Confidential. Of course you remember the spa scene in the episode where they're talking about how Gabby Gums is just harmless gossip, and Rainbow Dash is all like, oh, I would love to get my name in the paper. If you don't remember that, it's because you haven't seen the episode. You should go watch it now and watch this video later. At the end of that scene, Spike says that Gabby Gums did a story on him. Now, in Equestria, they don't have any form of social media, they don't have cell phones, nothing like that, so there's no way that the CMC could have just called him up for the interview for the article. They would have had to talk face to face. And unless Rarity had helped them build some sort of super elaborate disguise, there's no way that Spike wouldn't have recognized them. So there's two possibilities here. One, Spike didn't know, and two, Spike did know, and he promised the CMC to keep it a secret. First, let's start with possibility one. There's no way that the CMC could have disguised himself, either magically or conventionally, in order to keep Spike from recognizing them. Now, they could have spoken through a screen or something, but even if they had done that, obviously all three of them sound like fillies, and there would be no way to stop Spike from recognizing their voice. But in the episode, Spike says he did a story on me, so that blows it out of the water that they were shouting through something or talking through a screen. So that's definitely not the case. And the only magician that they know who'd be powerful enough to magically disguise them would be Twilight. And then Twilight would have known about it as well, in place of Spike, and that just would have made the episode so much more confusing. Which I probably would have welcomed. I mean, it's pretty fun breaking apart these episodes, so if they'd added a little more depth into it, then I wouldn't argue. The second possibility is he promised the CMC that he wouldn't tell anyone that they were Gabby Gums. Now, this is more possible than the last one, but there's a couple flaws that are worth mentioning. First of all, Spike is eternally loyal to Twilight. Twilight is the closest thing he has to having a mother. She literally hatched him. So, there's that sort of bond that they have that I can't see any promise going above. So, Spike definitely would have mentioned it when Twilight read the story about Twilight in the paper. Neither of these really work. There's a slight possibility that Spike had actually kept the secret. It's like Pinkie Pie says, breaking a promise is the quickest way to lose a friend. Forever! So there is that small possibility that Spike had kept the secret, but I am going to narrow it down to discording. On that point, discording is a word I made up for anything added or taken from media in the intent of making it more interesting or dramatic, but just making it worse. I'm going to be using that term in a lot of my videos, so I recommend that you remember it. Who knows, maybe it'll catch on. What possibility do you think is more likely? Do you think that Spike simply didn't know and somehow the CMC had kept him in the dark about them being Gabby Gums? Did Spike promise the CMC that he wouldn't tell anyone that they were Gabby Gums, and somehow he managed to keep it from Twilight and the rest of the main six? Or is it a simple act of discording where they wanted to end the scene on a high note and also give the CMC an awful story to put in that was uninteresting and as far away from gossip as you could possibly get, so they just figured, hey, let's throw this in. You know, Spike never really has much character time in these episodes, might as well give him the spotlight for 6 seconds at the end of a scene. Now, while we're talking about this episode, I'm also going to mention another small I'm not sure if it constitutes as a plot hole, but I'm going to go with it. Another small plot hole in this episode. The story that the CMC did on, Rainbow Dash, Speed Demon, or Super Softy, I cannot see Scootaloo letting them have that published. Not in any universe, not in any form of the show, not in any fan fiction. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. Rainbow Dash is Scootaloo's idol. Scootaloo is Rainbow Dash's biggest fan. I cannot see Scootaloo letting her friends have that story published in the paper. It's possible that they left Scootaloo in the dark, which actually would have made a really great episode concept. If they had published a story on Rainbow Dash behind Scootaloo's back, that could have actually made a really great episode. Like, just think about it. Okay, you've had enough time to think about it. So then, Scootaloo would have gotten all mad when she saw the story in the paper, and when Ink confronted her friends, they would have had a big fight, Yeah, it definitely would have made a good episode idea. Would have been great. Anyway, yeah, I can't see Scootaloo letting them publish a story that would ruin Rainbow Dash's reputation in even the slightest. It's uncharacteristic. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's the end of it. So, that is the end of this video. Hopefully I'll have another video posted by next week. I should, if things go well. On that note, for future videos, I'm also going to be reviewing fanfictions. It occurred to me that it is very difficult to find good fanfiction in the fandom because of the sheer amount of fanfictions that get published and put online on FimFiction every day. It's ludicrous, the amount of fanfictions that go up. So it is super difficult to sift through all of the fanfictions to find what's good. So I figured I would devote a part of my time to helping readers find the good fanfictions, sort of find the hidden gems amongst the internet, so to speak. So if you have any suggestions for a really good fanfiction that you like, comment or send me a message or whatever, and I'll see about reading it and doing a video on it. I can't guarantee how long it'll take for me to get the video up, because I do have other priorities, other videos, other fanfictions I have to review, other fanfictions I have to write, so I can't guarantee how long it'll take, but definitely if you've read a really great fanfiction recently and you don't think it gets enough attention, send me a message. I'll see about making a video on it. So, what did you guys think of the plot holes in this episode? Did Spike simply just lie outright to Twilight and keep a secret for the CMC? Was it a simple act of discording where the writers just wanted to make it a little more dramatic for a few seconds and give Spike some time on the mic? Or did the CMC somehow conceal their true identity from Spike during the meeting? And what did you guys think about how Scootaloo published the story on Rainbow Dash? Do you think that would be at all possible? Comment below if you have anything to say on this episode. I definitely want to see your comments. Definitely interested in that. So, I'll see you guys later.